Thank you everyone for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about self-discipline. Yes, I know, not everyone's favorite topic. But discipline is an innate quality that each and every one of us possess. I know you might not agree, but hear me out. Discipline is cooperative with nature. The sun rises and sets every day. After every day comes night, and after every night comes day. Water that stays within the discipline of its banks flows continuously. But imagine if this discipline was broken. If the sun stopped rising, it would create havoc. We would lose connection to our source of light and energy. Everything would be cold and everything would start to freeze over. Plants that use the sun's energy in order to produce the fruit and nutrients that it does for us would not be able to do so. We've seen what happens when water loses its discipline of the banks, leads to tsunamis and floods. So if nature lost its discipline, it would create havoc and destruction. The same is true in our lives. If we look at successful individuals, LeBron James, Steve Jobs, Tony Robbins, Serena Williams, Virat Kohli, what do each and every one of them have in common? It's self-discipline. And discipline is not so much of the body as it is of the mind. The mind needs to be disciplined for us to be able to perform to our full potential, for us to be able to be successful at everything we do. Mental discipline is required. But today, we fail to exercise our quality of self-discipline. And that's led to our situation today. The environmental conditions, global warming, drugs, alcohol are all due to a lack of mental discipline. We live in a world of consumerism where we continue to buy things whether we need them or not is due to a lack of discipline. We want plants to grow bigger, better, and faster. We want animals to grow bigger, better, and faster so that we can gain profits, all due to a lack of mental discipline. Often when we think of self-discipline, we think of routine. But self-discipline is much deeper than that. Self-discipline is the ability to control one's feelings and overcome their weaknesses. The ability of an individual to pursue what they want to do what they feel is right, despite the temptations to abandon it. For example, if you feel that in one day you are supposed to answer 5 emails, but you answered 2, you're 3 short. You were supposed to make 10 phone calls, but you made 2, you're 8 short. You're supposed to save $10, but you didn't save anything. You're $10 short. And sure, for one day, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal. One undisciplined day. But now, multiply that by weeks, months, years, and a lifetime of undisciplined activity. It will lead to a life of failure. Success is just the opposite. So if you were supposed to answer 5 emails, but you answered 7, you're 2 up. You were supposed to make 10 phone calls, but you made 15, you're 5 up. You're supposed to save $10, but you saved 12, you were $2 up. That disciplined lifestyle of one day multiplied to weeks, months, years, and lifetime would make a massive difference and create a lifetime of success. Self-discipline is the key ingredient to attaining success in any aspect of your life, whether it be materialistic, spiritual, whether it be in your career, your relationships, no matter what aspect of your life you're looking into. If you want to be successful, if you want to be performing your best, then self-discipline is your key ingredient. Happiness is dependent on self-discipline. The Mariners have a saying that everybody wants to go to heaven, but no one is willing to die. The same is true of us today. Everyone has dreams, but no one is willing to put in the effort to help bring them to fruition. Research has shown that individuals who are self-disciplined are happier because they put in the effort needed in order to accomplish their goals. The possession of the quality of self-discipline enables us to choose and then persevere those thoughts, actions, and behavior which lead to success. The self-discipline also helps us overcome our obstacles, our temptations, and addictions. Moreover, self-discipline enables us to be of good character. As one hones the quality of mental discipline, one is vigilant about their thoughts and their actions. In order to attain mental discipline, self-discipline, you have to be able to control your thoughts. If you cannot control your thoughts, you cannot control your actions. And meditation is an amazing practice to help give a boundary to your thoughts. In the Bible, in Proverbs, it says a man who does not have self-control is like a city broken into without walls. It was a lack of self-discipline, a lack of mental discipline that enabled Ravan to make ill choices. So the big question, how do we build self-discipline? How do we tap into this innate quality and sharpen it so that it helps us live successful, happier lives? The first step is self-awareness. Stop and reflect upon your life. Reflect upon the choices you've made. Think about where you're headed. What are the goals that you want to accomplish? And what are the things that are hindering you? You need to figure out how big the problem is for you. In order to figure out a solution, you first have to recognize what the problem is. So spend some time on a regular basis reflecting on where you stand, where are you headed, and what you need to do in order to get there. The second, start small, with small tasks. Usually, when we think of creating a discipline, we think of creating a regimented routine for the entire day. But that soon burns us out within a few days. Instead, start with one or two things that you want to create a discipline around. Maybe waking up at a certain time every day, or doing an exercise routine on a daily basis. Start with these small acts and maybe even do them first thing in the morning so that you feel a sense of accomplishment throughout the day. Third, set reminders. Put up sticky notes, write it on your whiteboard, maybe on the home screen of your computer. Set reminders of your goals. Jim Carrey, before he was a well-known actor, when he had just started out on his acting journey, one day on a napkin, he wrote himself a check. He made it out to himself, post-dated it 10 years, and made it out for $10 million. And he put this check into his wallet. And every time he reached into his wallet for something, he was reminded of his goal. So set reminders for yourself so that you're reminded of your goal over and over again throughout the day. Fourth, stay focused. Avoid temptation. We are usually our own biggest enemies. It's easier to battle society and battle other people, but it's hard to battle ourselves. If you're looking to lose weight or avoid eating junk food, then don't even buy it. Don't walk down that aisle in the grocery store. Avoid temptations. If you're looking to quit smoking or drinking, then don't go to parties where you're going to be tempted. Don't hang out with those people that are going to tempt you. Avoid temptation as much as you can. And the fifth, but the most important, is creating a meditation practice. In order to be disciplined mentally, in order to have a strong mental discipline, meditation is the answer. And it is a time-tested technique for eons that individuals have used for ages in order to build a mental discipline. When we look at a shepherd who takes his sheep to graze, he has a couple of dogs that keep creating a circle around the sheep to keep them within that boundary so that they do not go astray. A meditation practice builds that boundary for our mind. It builds a boundary to ensure that we do not go astray. Because, for example, if you've set a goal to attain a lot of wealth, and maybe you work hard towards it, you're working hard towards fulfilling that goal, but when that goal turns into greed, you won't even recognize it. If there's a lack of mental self-discipline, that goal will very quickly turn into greed, because those vices will start to come up. But it is a meditation practice that helps build that boundary around the mind, that helps keep us in check so that we do not succumb to our vices. Often when we think of meditation, one of the biggest things I hear is, that's not for me. I'm not disciplined enough. But the truth is, we all have some sort of discipline. We wake up every day, we go to sleep every day, we wash our hands before we eat. We have some sort of discipline. We stop at the red lights, we go at the green. The need is just for us to keep tapping and sharpening this quality. And meditation is the key to sharpen the quality of self-discipline. Self-discipline will enable each and every one of us to have a strong character, to build a life for ourselves that are rooted in truth. And as each one of us becomes self-disciplined, we'll be able to make a difference in our surroundings and eventually make a difference in our world as well. So brothers and sisters, discipline is the bridge between thought and accomplishments. Discipline is an innate quality that each and every one of us possess. The need is just to exercise it and sharpen it. So don't waste time. Start today. Start with small acts so that you can build an environment, a culture of mental self-discipline to help you live happier and fulfilling lives. Thank you for tapping in today. Don't forget to like and share this video. Till next time, stay safe. God bless.